I'm going to talk about data. UK market last year was £8.6 billion was spent in digital advertising. Only 9% of people looked at the ads for more than a second. So what can we do to go forward? We're so caught up with the plumbing that we forget that consumers don't see the plumbing. Consumers see the ads and the creativity, and that's where they engage with. We need to step back and we need to think on beautiful, impactful, simple messaging that can capture the attention in less time.
UK most years is about 500,000 small businesses created. About 40,000 of them will survive. And most of them just don't have access to the knowledge of how do you keep your cash flow turning over so you can pay people. How do you get your VAT return done? How do you pay people? We've got all that knowledge, we've got a ton of knowledge. So we thought it'd be a great strategy to then, can we publish that knowledge using a great digital platform and give people that advice so that when they do come into thinking about a payroll application, they think of Sage. We've been able to increase our impressions and inquiry data by over 200%, but we've been able to really have a 20 to 25% increase in qualified opportunity from the same media spend as a year ago.
That's a fundamental shift, isn't it, from where we were, let's say, 10 years ago. Content, and actual content that is of value, is now so much more significantly important. Thank you, Neil. That's been brilliant. Thank you.
How can we make consumers love advertising again? Because I think it's clear to see that consumers are voting with their ad blockers at the moment and in other ways. So we really need to start thinking as an industry, how do we re-engage those consumers?
Ad blocking, I think, was a big wake-up call. We, as an industry, have to tackle making sure that we're serving valuable content to our customers, to our readers, on a device at a time that they want. And I think that we've now learned that it's about applying the right types of metrics to really understand what are the objectives, and actually then what are the metrics that you need to apply to be able to measure success.
Are we too obsessed with data to the detriment of the creative idea currently?
Data and media is a science, creative is a business. Sometimes we try to layer the data on top while they're trying to do the creative, and it just becomes a watered-down version that doesn't engage anybody.
When you all work together to add those different elements in, an extra piece of data brought to the table can inspire a creative to do a different thing or think about a different way of doing things.
We need people who can draw insight out of that data, so things like data scientists. Data, at the end of the day, is supposed to bring us closer to human beings. If the data doesn't help us to connect to humans, why are we measuring it in the first place? We need to get back to basics and connect with humans with relevance.
We need to think how our products are going to be part of content, not just create the content, but be part of content, have a purpose in the story, not just be gratuitous. So the model needs to change in that sense.
Thank you very much.